Welcome to the Actors Soiree.
Welcome to the Actors Soiree.
I am the Chip. I'm Evan. I am the double soup daddy, as some people call me. Oh, is that you think that's a cat?
Studio cat.
Studio cat causing mayhem in the background. I'm gonna scoot in a little bit for the framing. Who are you?
I am Shelley Park, the actor.
In the soiree, yes.
In the soiree, yes.
This is sort of a little shindig thing that we put on where we come and have a little drink. We talk about...
We soiree with libations.
Soiree with libations?
Soiree with snacks.
We have a fish today. Because I was, my wife wouldn't let me spend this much money on fish, and because I got it between coming here and she doesn't even know I bought it. So this is where I'm just gonna shoot. This is too expensive.
Beautiful. No, tin fish is the best.
So we were at a poker game once, and Shelley said, "Oh, tin fish! I like tin fish."
I love tin fish.
So I was like, "Oh, perfect excuse."
I even might have some tin fish. I love tin fish.
Anyway, we're all about acting here.
Yep.
Not tin fish.
Yep.
But this is our libation and little snack that we have.
Yep.
This episode's topic, we try to have like a topic each episode, right? Like a little. What we do is we do a little reading, and the topic is the piece we're doing, and it's a piece called Carlito's Way, which I am not familiar with at all. Okay. I don't know if you are. Or...
I've never watched it. I know what it is, which is kind of the reason why I've never watched it. So I am familiar with it in that I pretty much know what the movie is.
Okay. You were saying it was a TV show earlier. It seemed like a movie based on...
Oh, no. Did I say TV? No, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's a good script, too, man. There's some anger.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension. Yeah. I went to this website and I looked through it must have been 20 scenes to find something that had a man and a woman that wasn't like a romance scene between them. Yeah. It was so hard. I couldn't believe it.
It really is.
It
really
the
is.
ones I came across were they're still in a relationship in some way.
Sure,
they're flirtatious.
Yeah.
But this is not so much.
As a consumer, you should keep in mind, instead of going to the interwebs and being like, hey, give me a scene that is for this blah, 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 blah. And they're going to give you so many options that are, like you said, you wanted a not romance.
Yeah, I went to a database.
And that's all, as a consumer, you should just remember what you've consumed in scenes. And then you have to just go to those scenes.
See, this is what I've thought about doing. But if we've talked about this before, if I'm familiar with something, I already have a preconceived notion about how I should be acting. And if we're doing a blind reading,
the world of acting.
Yeah, but that's where I want to find something that is new to both of us.
Sure. Okay.
And that we can both come with a fresh angle. And frankly, I don't think many people in our audience have seen Carlito's Way.
Yeah, maybe not.
They have no expectations.
Yeah. It is an early 90s. Early 90s. I don't think it was quite the 80s. I think it was the early 90s. No idea.
I thought it would be in black and white or something,
It's very classic young Al Pacino and Sean Penn.
Oh, Al Pacino's in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I might check it out then. I'm a big fan of the Pacino.
Yep. I don't remember who is Carlito, because again, I've never seen it. I just know it as a film. I don't remember if Al Pacino is Carlito, or if Sean Penn is. But I thought it was
a documentary when I was reading some of these. I thought it was like Carlito plays himself.
Well, I don't know if it's based off a true story. It's one of those, the reason, whatever, I'm just going to get into it right now. The reason I never watched it is because it's one of those films that's all the same. It's gangster related, which I don't care, but once you've seen a few of them, you've seen them all.
It was gangster movies. Really had a moment. For not even a moment.
It was like a 10 years.
Yeah. Decades.
It was within that decade. And I'm like, man, I'm good. I know I just felt like I've seen them once. I've seen them all. They don't really do anything for me. No shade to writers, actors, anything.
I kind of feel, you watch The Godfather, it's like, you're good, man.
Yeah, I still haven't even watched that film. I know.
And you call yourself an actor.
Listen.
You don't even know, you're saying Al Pacino's name. You don't even deserve to be saying his name. You don't know the man if you haven't seen Godfather, Okay.
I've seen him in other things.
Things that no one has ever heard about, the stuff that he did to pay for his kids' college.
No.
Not the art that he created. The stuff that he was like, I got to do this Carlito's Way. Because I got to pay for my vacation to Peru.
Godfather. Because Godfather was in the 80s, correct?
I think so. It seems,
I'm not going to say anything more.
The whole movie had like a thin patine of cigarette ash over everything. So it was 80s or
Gangster stuff
70s.
doesn't do it. It's fine. Anyways, but all that to say, it is a renowned film. A lot of people, I don't know that it's a classic necessarily, especially when you're comparing it to The Godfathers and stuff like that, which are classics. But it is a renowned film.
Yeah, that's
Don't
what I'm
know
going
if it's
for.
based off a true story. We can find out later.
It's hard to find things that aren't renowned films that people want to do.
It is. It is.
You know, I'm trying to find like the movies that people hate. Like I don't know what.
I can
Yeah, send me
help
some.
out more.
You know,
Yeah, I
what,
can help out more.
like The Room or something. We do so. That, even but that people, that's a renowned film now. Like it's hard to find something just absolute garbage.
Oh, I got Gark. I'll just
Maybe
send you,
next week we'll do.
I'll just send you scripts from shit I've done before.
We have done one
The
that we were
film
both
that
like.
I told you I
liked it.
have not watched. Yeah, I'll see if I can whip out that script.
I was actually hoping we'd go over some business. We just had some episodes where we had guests. I don't know if you people know. You watch this show, you know.
And if you did like the guests, let us know. We'll bring on more. And actually, if you just like it in general, just like our stuff. and
Please
subscribe.
subscribe, comment. Say
Yeah.
say. We never tell people what to comment. That's what you got to do on YouTube.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. Yeah, we don't actually
was
want
gonna
your
say-
feedback. We just want the engagement.
No, I
We just don't say
No.
anything critical.
no, so critique. Also, the engagement's fun, but like if you have any recommendations, if anybody wants to
Anything,
see
yeah.
something specific while we're sitting here bitching about not being able to find scenes, if you're like, oh my God, I think this would be great, fucking tell us.
I was just thinking about the last couple episodes
Okay.
and how I felt like the scenes that we did, and I was very disappointed with myself.
You're talking about the ones with the guests.
The ones with the guests, ones
Okay.
with Noni, the one with Butch.
Okay.
I felt, in many ways, not just my acting. I felt like I was a bad host, but this is the actor's soiree, so it's not the host's soiree. And
Well,
I'll
why do
stay
you
focused.
feel? Well, listen. If we had enough time, I'd switch you over to the therapist's chair.
Yeah.
Why do you feel?
We'll do
that
a
you
role
did that
reversal.
yeah. Why do you feel that you didn't do well as a host?
I was nervous, man. Like, I don't know. There were it's basically an audience. Each person that comes on is a new
Yes.
audience that you're performing in front of. And I wasn't relaxed. I felt like this is, these guys have been in the industry longer than I have.
Sure.
So I was very intimidated by the fact that
Oh my God, they're gonna feel so chuffed.
I was
What?
intimidated by you guys.
What?
Like, you guys have been around the block. Just talking about all this money he's made in the industry and Noni's all these films that she's made. It's like, what's the chip done? They call me Double Soup Daddy because I like drinking soup, man. Like, not because I'm making films. Like I'm not. He's gonna come in here and be like, this ramshackle
Call me
crap.
Double
Like,
Soup Daddy because I love to eat soup. Oh, I'm so happy right now.
so I of course I was nervous. I think it was fair. I got to show them that I know what I'm doing. I'm a good actor. They seemed confused by what was going on. Like,
Sorry,
a
that was-
consumer.
That one broke me.
Hey, this is serious. You're my therapist, dog. You're laughing at me. So that's how I was feeling. I tensed up and I couldn't relax. And it goes into my next note that I said, I was just to really do good acting, and like I feel like you got to relax a little bit. You gotta sort of settle and be comfortable
They
in
call
your
that
role.
being grounded.
Why? So why not just call it relaxed?
Everybody uses the word relax. You gotta use something.
So
for it.
grounded is like
It's
just
not
relaxed.
just relaxed.
Okay,
I
this
mean,
is what
in actor terms, grounded is relaxed, but also like I always think of it in my head as like literally when your feet are on the ground and you're like quite literally grounded and still, and you're like, and when another term you'll hear is like sitting in it. It is like. It is a sort of relaxing, but it's like relaxing leveled up.
I like the grounded. It's like
You're
for like electrical work too. It's like you can't get shocked
Exactly.
by something
Yeah.
because you're grounded.
Yeah.
Although sitting in it is like I think of like usually I feel like the last time I said I was sitting in it was when I pooped my pants.
well. I mean,
Like, I'm sitting in it right now.
sometimes it is very literal.
And I guess you get that smell. You really become one with
Yeah,
the
you
role.
do. Yeah.
In that horrible
A
way.
bit more method than I like to go.
But I wasn't sitting in it. I was kind of jumping around it, and
I heard no complaints.
I'm happy to hear.
So, and like I said, I think they'd be thoroughly chuffed.
You're hearing one right now, though.
Well, that's yours though. Does that count? No, it does. I get it. I critique myself all the time.
You know, I didn't act the way I wanted. That's all I'm saying. And I felt like I could have given more, you know?
Well,
that's all. We don't have to.
These are things to recognize and work on.
Like the Noni piece. It was some things too. Noni's notes with the Dexter piece. Yeah. I call it Dex.
Yeah.
But it was like she was giving us direction that episode.
So she gave us we did the scene once.
Yeah.
How she wanted to do it. And then she gave, actually we ended up doing it 3 times instead of 2. We did it the first time, and then Noni gave what are called redirects, or just different directions. So as a director, she was like, okay, notes on how you did, now I want you to do it this way. Redirects.
And I didn't bring it enough. Like, especially her redirects were like, look at each other like you really want to fuck each other. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how to do that. It's a good coffee. Thanks. I also was uncomfortable. Like I said, I was not relaxed. I was like, this is...
I was wondering if you'd be uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable.
I was all about that scene for that reason. I'm like, man, if she tells him to do something like that, because that is a thing that you have to get used to in acting, where you sometimes have to have these very intimate scenes with people you just met. And sometimes you have to have, I would think it'd be more awkward almost to have a very intimate scene with a friend that you're not intimate with, because it's like, God, we got to not talk about this afterwards. All right, cool.
You know, Noni, you're pushing me too hard. I just met you, man. Like,
listen, I need you to be kind of horny for that, though.
The first one with Butch, it was like there were 3 people, say Butch was making me uncomfortable, I could run over in your corner. You make me uncomfortable, I run to Butch's corner, I could run away.
Keep your hands off of it.
Goes into my next point of like, what do you do if you're you're as the actor here? Mm-hmm. What do you do if you're in a scene where you feel very uncomfortable? Or you're in a set, maybe it's not even in the scene itself. Maybe these are 2 questions, but if you're on a set or a scene where you feel uncomfortable around the other actors, maybe the director is telling you to do things that scare you, are vaguely within the limits of societally acceptable.
There are different levels there. If you're ever, just right off the bat, if you're ever on a set and a director is making you do things very uncomfortable and nobody is on board, you fucking do not do it.
Well, you should have told me that before last week, man.
I'm talking about we're talking Harvey kind of stuff, but
Harvey Keitel?
Weinstein.
Okay, sorry.
There was one short that I did where I was opposite this guy, and they were intimate scenes. They weren't like nude, but the implied was there, but it was still it was an intimate scene with him, and this guy was so unprofessional. A douche. He was disgusting. He literally had red-eyed overnight. I was living in Ohio at the time. He'd red-eyed from LA overnight, was late to set, and you just reeked of the hangover that whatever the night before was. And he was just a nasty, was not cool. He was not professional.
And this is an implied nude scene, so
This is literally we had a couple of different intimate scenes, but the worst one was I literally am he's supposed to be having sex with me from behind, so my top is clothed, but literally we had to do different 3 different camera angles, and the whole time I was just off in Shelleyland. Because I could not think that I had to have this scene with this fucking disgusting individual who was a jerk on set the entire time as well.
How did you get past that uncomfortability to sort of get into the role?
It's a job.
Did you do anything to work, sort of get in the mindset of your character? Because the uncomfortability was what took me out of being able to act.
Well, no, I mean, I'm still acting, so it was harder to stay in character because I was just not. It was just not in a very. I was disgusted.
Was the director aware of any of this, or was this sort of?
Director,
he wasn't helping.
Director
wasn't helping.
exactly very thrilled with the gentleman at the time either. And the
but
director.
They gotta get the shot.
But they gotta get the shot.
You're all there to do it.
He did not make it very long. I think he picked it up because we were doing they were very, very quick. And literally, if there was one of the shots, my face was not in it, so I just literally just stood there and counted to 10.
Damn. That's what they tell you to do if you're having a dissociative episode.
But I guess my point is like you still have to be in character, and I don't know whether you make that person somebody else or whether you focus on, like, I know on one of them I was like, okay, so my face cannot read that I am so angry to be doing this right now. My face has to read like we're having sex. So it was focusing on, okay, make sure your face at least looks like it's got to look like.
Did you practice that face? Because I don't even know. I don't even know what I look like. I could be like doing like a kabuki theater thing, like.
No, I did not practice.
Yeah, well.
No. I've read and I've watched a lot of interviews from other actors and actresses that talk about, like, one of my favorite ones was no, it doesn't matter. Anyways, they do practice in the mirror, and like it makes sense to practice, but when you look at, like, I truly believe that a sex face, anyone that you see on camera, no matter how well the intimacy is captured, that's not the true sex face.
Yeah. It's all, embellished for the theater.
Yeah. And I don't think actual naturals, like, I just think they really only
no one
come
has
out
that
when
much
you're
pleasure
having
when they're having sex. I've never seen anyone have that much.
I have never looked that pretty, I can imagine.
I've never seen a woman have that much pleasure in her life. That was my main question of sort of like, how do you get past, because I imagine it's beyond the sex thing. It's like maybe you have to just work with someone that you don't like, and like, like I said, even someone you know well, you're gonna act in a way that they don't expect you to be, even if you're just being an asshole in the scene. It's not like a sex scene.
But you also have to that's part of acting. Sometimes you could get lucky enough to work with somebody that you are friends with because you already have a base, like, friendship coming. Like, you might work really well with them, and you just have to know, like, this is the job, and after the job, that was it. That's why, like, it's very hard. I have talked to people who said they could never be in a relationship with actors because they would get jealous. Like, if I went to set and had to kiss some guy or some woman, they get all butthurt. It's
they want
like,
to
dude,
kiss
that's
that
my
person
job.
instead. They're I wish I was kissing that guy.
Like,
He's a hot actor.
That's the job. It's the job, and after the job is done, the job is done.
Next segment.
Okay.
Have you seen any good acting? Our classic segment. Have you seen any good acting recently?
So I did watch one of the newer films that was released on streaming called Send Help. I
think I saw an ad.
So Rachel McAdams hasn't done anything for quite a while. I'm a big Rachel McAdams fan. You would know her from The Notebook, The Family Stone, Time Traveler's Wife. Buddy. Okay.
Family Stone?
I love that film.
Is a movie about a rock?
No.
What is this?
No, it's not about a rock. But I don't.
I haven't heard of, like, the Time Traveler's
Notebook?
Wife. I've heard of.
Okay.
Notebook. I've heard of.
Okay, so she was the chick in The Notebook.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
There's a lot to consume out there, man.
Guys. Anyways, she's phenomenal. She's even, I've watched her auditions to get some of these roles, and it's like, I think about her auditions sometimes when I have big ones, because I'm just like, man, that's the way you gotta fucking do it. Anyways, she's in it, and then a gentleman that I had never seen played opposite her named Dylan O'Brien. It is a dark comedy, so it gets a little fantastical with some of the things that happen.
Send Help?
Yeah. But it was actually a lot of fun to watch. It was kind of had a little pinch of psychological thriller in there. It was fun to watch. And
what about the lead in particular, the one from
Rachel
The Notebook,
McAdams,
Rachel McAdams? She what about her presentation of the role drew you in?
What I liked about her was
Depiction.
you immediately fall in love with her, or just kind of want her character to have something good happen to her, because she's that workaholic at work that never actually gets recognized. So for anybody that's corporate or worked anywhere in that, you're automatically like, girl, fucking, I get it. Let's let something good happen to you. And then she keeps falling into circumstances where you're like, fuck them, get those guys. And then she ends up kind of being a psycho.
Oh, I've heard of this. They end up on an island together. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, and then she ends up kind of being a psycho, and you're like, damn, but she does a psycho really well. And
Yeah.
so the whole time you're like, I'm kind of rooting for you, but also, oof.
You
but
start off
oof,
pitying
oof,
her almost
oof.
and rooting for her, and then it turns into like, how
And
much
you're like,
is this
oh,
pity
did
and
I, yeah,
worth
did
almost
I,
like?
Did I add to this?
Yeah.
It was really, she played her arc very well. And even the button on the movie was a little bit campy, but even that I was like, nah, it's fine.
You are stuck with an asshole boss. Just like I was. Although I'm betting I am a much nicer boss than you ever would have been. Except for maybe this part.
I'd watch it again. It was a fun little watch.
You'd watch it again.
Yeah, I'd watch it again. I'd like to.
How much time do you have a week to watch?
I don't.
Movies,
I
so,
travel
you
a
know.
lot, so I regularly have like 3
You just
to 5
watched this
hours
movie. You're
on
gonna
a
watch it
plane.
again, like.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it again today. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it again in the next like 6 months to a year. I'm not gonna watch it again
Suddenly
tomorrow.
the story's changing.
It's still again.
Well, you know, I mean, that's we
What about
covered
you?
that.
What good acting have you seen?
I have the man who choked me written down here. It was a man.
He likes to talk about truth things often. So let's hear
I
this
didn't see
story.
much this week. Or since we last.
Did you do much? What'd you do?
The man who choked me was at the gym. I was wrestling. I was thinking, because I was like, I mentioned last time, people at jiu-jitsu, the acting. I was talking about how good I am at acting when I beat somebody and try to look like I wasn't tired.
Yeah.
This person whooped my ass and could tell he was very happy about it. I could tell, but I could tell he was trying to play this role of someone who was very humble and like,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
polite or respectable,
Okay.
very
But he was
courteous.
so excited on the
but he
inside.
was like,
He
you
was
could,
like-
he did a perfect enough job. We had that smirk, but he could have
Okay.
just been happy to be doing jujitsu. You don't know.
He
Like,
could've.
it's not. I don't know if it's right because he managed to make me tap out, but it was very. It wasn't too much.
Okay.
It wasn't like he was like, oh.
It wasn't enough to
great,
call
man,
him
you did
out
so
on-
good,
yeah.
like good boy, you know, like it
Good
was.
boy. You did so
Yeah, it
well.
wasn't. Anything. He was just, oh, thank you, sir. Like, yeah, I'm a little older than him too, so I got beat up by this young guy, like. So that was it. I didn't see any like. I even saw some media, you know, things that people were produced, not
Yeah.
like, you know, producing physical pain on me, but like people. Nothing really stood out to me. I was disappointed. with my
Sometimes
consumption this week.
there's a lull in the events.
You know, I called myself a consumer, and I have nothing.
Never seen the Notebook.
You know, I got food that I consumed this week. That's about it. Yeah, this fish. Let's bust this open. My comfort this week. We gotta do a little business about how we're gonna do the scene, the 2 different ways that we do, and how we approach what we expect from the partner a little bit. The partner in the scenes.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
I was
all right.
kind of this. I know I'm going a lot and like asking you questions about how
No,
you do things
this
on
is
other
great.
sets this week, and
Love this.
I'm not saving it for other episodes. I'm burning up all the wax right now.
No.
but
The wax we use it again. It's fine.
yeah, we'll reuse the wax.
Yeah, we'll reuse it. Go ahead.
We'll cut all this out.
No,
I'll
this is
just
great. I love this.
CGI your hair.
All the girls will get it.
But do you usually like talk with your other scene partners before you do a scene, or
Yeah.
you do? You like meet with them, have coffee, or you know,
Yeah,
get a Jamba Juice?
No, coffee. It depends on if you have time to meet with them beforehand. It depends on if you're just meeting on set. I prefer to at least learn the other person's name, maybe talk I don't need to talk necessarily about the scene. I just need to I would like to have a rapport so I can just get an idea of like
So you can get more grounded.
I don't know how to put the words. Like, I want to get the flow. I want to get the vibe. I want to see what's going on. You'd like to think that if they also got hired, they got hired for a reason. They're good at it. I did one scene I did with somebody. We actually went out and met up, and I thought we were going to like read through the scene a couple of times. We didn't end up doing that. We ended up having coffee, talking about the scene, where it was going to be set up, and then literally, because it was a classmate and we're not in the same class, just same school. So it was kind of just like getting a vibe of each other, and then we didn't even have to run the scene together. We just went in, dropped in the scene, and it was great.
do you talk about like, oh, I'm gonna play it this way, like a old Western sheriff, and they're like, I'm gonna play it like a damsel in distress, or what do you end up talking
no.
about to get to sort of this comfortability with the partner in the scene?
Really, no, if
Let's do a little role play. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm,
No,
I'm
let's
sorry
role
to
play.
interrupt you. Like, let's say we're having coffee. I'm like, oh, I got cast for Carlito's Way as Carlito. What do you know? And you're Gail.
What do you know? And you're my girlfriend.
I was thinking of playing Carlito as a gangster who's sort of. Well, you start, because you've done this before.
Well,
I'm
here's the
just
thing.
like, oh, I'm Carlito. I got to figure this out. And you're my scene partner.
The writing's going to give you a lot because if you are Carlito, you know you're a gangster.
Yeah, I've got to
I
figure
know
my
I'm
way
the
out.
girlfriend of a gangster. I guess what I would talk about, like if I had this scene, just glancing at the scene, it's a very intense scene. So I'd be like, how cool, like I need to know if you're cool with me literally being physically up in your face. I might touch you, like not like slap you, but I might touch you. That's the thing that you always kind of want to act like sometimes it just happens, like that's just the scene takes over and that's just a thing, but I always like to be like, I'm gonna yell in your face, I'm gonna like, you cool
Tell
with
them the
that?
high energy moments so they're ready.
Like, and not even, it's just like it might get there and it might be serious. You cool with that? And they're cool with that.
Like, I'm going to be really sweaty in this scene. I just sort of can't. I mean, they're going to have a lot of lights on me. It's probably going to be hot on set. I'm going to be sweaty. It's going to stink.
Yep.
Be ready for that.
Yeah.
That's
always
not a
ready for
choice. That's just
That's
a
more
warning.
than makeup makes up problems on set because they got to get it off. But yeah, that's what I would do, especially with a scene like this because it is very angsty. I'd just be like, dude, there's going to be yelling. It doesn't say anywhere in here that I like slap or anything, so I would never do that off the script. If the script doesn't tell you to do it, but if I'm screaming, I'm gonna be screaming right in your face, and like I would just be like, "Are you cool with that?" And like
I'd be like, yeah, I who am I to say no? So, I mean, I'd probably try to match that energy. If you're
Yeah.
bringing the heat, I'm going to try to bring the heat too, or I might try to cool it down so you have something
Sure.
to sort of look hotter against. If I'm low energy, your high energy will sort of pop a little more. You're not like I'm low
Interesting.
energy, but like more like quieter intensity
Sure.
instead
Well,
of this.
interesting that you say that. There's a whole thing in the acting world, especially depending on if it depends on the project. But like in Carlito's Way, whether it's, I'd have to look it up, Al Pacino or Sean Penn, whoever is the lead guy, he is the lead character. So like his girlfriend is a supporting character. So like it's not like you have to get the okay, but the writers, you don't necessarily want to upstage the lead. They never want that done.
Well, I don't know.
So like but they could be. This
You're
scene
going
could-
for the
they
Oscar.
could
You're going
be
for
like,
supporting actress.
you
like,
can. I'm not saying it's not a thing. There have been so many projects that where I've worked on, or like I've been in classes, and you work on these auditions, and they're giving you these audition scenes to be like a supporting or a guest role, and like you ham it up or you do something really big, and I literally had teachers go, "You can't go that big. You're not the lead." And it's like, but like, I'm not trying to be the lead, but I'm trying to do really well. And they're like, no, you can't. You're not the lead. They don't want you to one up the lead. And you're like, okay, cool.
I don't like that. They got to go to
It's a thing.
the Butch Escobar School of
It's a-
Acting, where he was an extra and being like, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
in the
right,
background. That's how you.
It's a thing.
That's how you do it. You know.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I've never been in the position where I've been on a set that was that big, where they were like, "Hey, guest star, fucking tone it down."
I say
so
follow your
don't
dreams.
know.
I say play it as big as
Oh,
you
I
want.
played as big as
they
I
hired
played
you.
as big
You
as I
make
want.
your choices.
Yeah, I
They
played
hired
as
you
big
for your
as I want.
choices,
If they
man.
want me to tone it down, I will. But them's the breaks.
Well, do you want to do these two different ways?
So as for
I
our
don't know,
new
do you want
people,
the Carlito role? We can switch. You can be Carlita and Galo.
Galo.
We've already done
Dude,
gender swaps on
We
this
have
show.
done gender
like,
swaps. It's fun to do.
I don't mind doing Galo,
What
and
do
you can be
do you,
Carlito.
do you want?
Because
do you wanna
Carlito
be the-
does have a little more to chew on.
Yeah.
They
No,
both
they're
actually
about-
they're
they're
about
about
even.
equal.
Yeah.
They're,
You know.
they're equal. Do you,
Let's stick with
Okay.
it. You know, I don't mind
So I will
playing
be
Al
Gale.
Pacino.
Well, we can do
I don't even
that.
know if
We
it's
can do
Al
it in
Pacino.
2 different ways. We can gender swap.
Oh, that's a good idea. We swap the roles.
We'll swap the
We've
roles.
never done that before.
Nope, we have not.
Dude,
And that's a
genius.
lot of. We do this in class, so there's so often where like the girls, like on audition nights, especially when we're not faking. Sorry, we're doing it real. Like we're doing an audition. We don't share the scenes with the males because we're doing our own like self tapes. And there are so many times where we get to watch the guys do their scenes. And I'm like, fuck, I want to do, like, I'd love to do that scene. So this will be fun. I love this. Like, oh,
I'm gonna open this cod. This is a Spanish cod. You know.
PG.
This is
broadcast.
it
Come
looks
on.
delicious.
It does look
And I just cut
delicious.
myself on the tin.
Come on. Amateur hour.
Ooh, this does look like quality cod. Ooh, I really look at that.
Where?
This blood and viscera on this show. I
Oh.
bleed for this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it is a good time
We're about to cut anyway.
to cut
'cause
so we can reset. Awesome.
okay. I feel like this would make sense for a mob movie. Does someone have some cod out?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
They come home, they're fighting. Can't believe you left the cod out when we went out.
You had one job. Was to
You
put the
mook.
dead fish away. I don't like him. I didn't like him the minute that I met him.
You're not listening to me.
All right, so what's the boat thing? What's his asshole manipulating you into? Tell me.
I'm just helping him out with something, that's all. I owe him.
You owe him? He's a fucking cokehead, Charlie. I can't even believe you hang around with this guy. He's sick. He's going to get you killed or back to prison.
He saved my life, Gail.
So now you have to pay him off? Jesus Christ, Charlie, you give me this whole song and dance about how you're out of this shit, but you're not. You're not.
Song and dance? What does that mean, song and dance?
You're not.
Where'd you get that? From what?
Why did you drag me into this?
Drag you into what?
Why did you make me believe all this crap about the Bahamas and paradise? I feel ridiculous because you haven't changed. You haven't changed.
What the fuck are you trying to tell me? That getting out is just some bullshit fantasy trip I'm laying down? Is that what you're saying? How can you say that? Gail, how can you say that? When you know how close I am, how can you say those words to me? I gotta do this. Just one thing, then I'm out. I owe Dave. I gotta.
You don't owe him shit. You just think you do, Charlie. That's the problem with you. That's why nobody likes you, Get Out, no matter what you say.
You're not listening to me, Gail. That's all.
Because everything you've said to me, everything you've learned in this neighborhood, every instinct you get won't do anything but get you killed.
What the fuck are you talking about? What? How do you know what I learned in my neighborhood? That's just stupid. What did I say?
I know what this dream ends, Charlie, and it isn't in paradise. It ends with me carrying you to Sutton Emergency Room at 3 o'clock in the morning, standing there crying like an idiot while your shoe's filled with blood and you die.
Gail, you're not listening.
Because you're bullshitting me.
You're not listening to me.
All you talk is bullshit. Your dreams are bullshit. All of it's bullshit. Fucking Charlie.
Dave is my friend, Gail. I owe him. That's who I am. That's what I am right now, right or wrong. I can't change that.
Charlie, whatever he wants you to do, don't do it. For me, Charlie, please, just don't do it.
Gail.
Just don't do it. Just don't. That is the last time I wipe your blood.
How do you think it went?
That was fun. I would like to. I say it every time. Man, I want to do it like 3 more times. Because you want to get into it a little bit more.
Well, now we're not even doing it twice. We got to switch already.
I know. Now we're gonna switch.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, it's fine. I feel good
Do you
about
have notes
it.
for
I could've
yourself
got,
or
yeah,
me,
I could have got more mad, but it's a little bit tricky being when you're not off book. So
yeah.
like even taking the time to get down and grab the lines when you haven't read the script before and we're cold reading like we are, I don't know how angry she's actually going to get. I don't know when she's going to come down, and she did come down, and I didn't even catch it until
I
read
didn't
it. I was
catch
like,
it either. It
oh,
stuck
now
up on
she's
me,
chill
too.
now, so I'm like, oh, okay.
With
So
the
it's a
blood
little-
and, like, the wiping the hand.
It's a little tricky when you're cold reading, but that's what's also fun.
Man, Dave is a fish guy. He cut me with. It's like we're talking about a guy who's like, you keep going to eat fish with Dave, and you come back with bloody hands. I'm tired of cleaning up your fishy oil hands. Like,
Tuna only, no cod.
You had, I think, we both have kind of the same amount of lines, but I think
do,
yours
yeah.
are a little longer in general, and kind of you have this higher pace than me. I think with
I think I do
the way
too.
it's written, which I do think makes it hard to read for the first time compared to me because I'm saying a lot of the same thing.
Yeah, you're trying.
know?
You're trying to just get me to shut up.
Yeah,
You're like, listen, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to do this. We should be done here. And I'm just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's go. So where I'm trying to point out all the things, you're just being. You're not naive because you know what's going on. But I think your character is just like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Like even
You
for
know?
picking the line for the cold read, just reading the words because I've got like I'll say, Gary, you're not listening. You're not listening. You know, maybe I change the level of the energy that I'm bringing, but you know, just it gives me more time to think when I to just see.
Exactly.
I don't have to read so much basically compared to each one of your lines is very different. So. You know, all I'm saying is that's why I'm happy you went first. So that's Gail, because now I know what to expect a little.
But now I know.
I enjoyed doing this. Is what I had a lot of fun doing.
Okay.
Because it was so easy to read in a lot of ways. Like I could just sort of bring high energy.
Well, now you get to be a very angry girlfriend.
You know, going into my note that I had for the last couple of weeks of like I feel like I didn't bring it enough. You know, like I felt like I brought it a little more,
you
which I was happy with.
Your face got flushed. Like I
told you I would sweat.
Like especially on your monologue, I was just like, oh damn, okay, Evan, let's go. But you know, I'm in it, so I can't. But I was watching. I'm like, yes, Evan, go.
But
get it,
that's a frustrating last couple of weeks. I'm all that pent up energy, you know.
Acting is, I told you before, man, it can be very cathartic.
I'm curious about Gail. Like, you listen to your notes for yourself. I'm trying to make note for me, like trying to know when to escalate and bring it down. Like reading the moment where you clean my blood. I'm gonna try to pay attention for that for when I do it. Things like that, you know.
Well, and you can still, but the way I thought about it immediately, and you don't have to take this. I'm just telling you what I did. The way I immediately when I read that, I'm like, oh shit, she's got to be tender right now. She doesn't have to be a mom. I'm still mad at you.
Because I'm not. I think they're either like boyfriend, girlfriend, or married. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, but they're obviously like taking care of each. Look, they care about each other in some way.
I still care about you, so I'm going to take care of you real quick. But I'm going to do it begrudgingly because I'm still fucking mad at you.
Yeah.
Go away, fly. It's our fish.
And that tempo change is something to look out for, and I'll be looking out for when we redo it right now. Or do you have anything else? Or are you ready to be Carlito?
I'm ready to
See
be
Carlito's
Carlito.
way. I'm going to call you Carlita in the scene, by the way.
You're going to call me Carlita?
Yeah, you can call me Galo.
Galo?
Or whatever you want. We don't have to be that goofy. Yeah, thanks for switching the. We can do whatever we want.
Call you.
I'll call you Carlito if you want.
Call you.
I don't want to like.
You can call me Carlito.
Okay.
You can be Gail from Baldur's Gate.
I'll be Gail from Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
If you
Gail's
know, you know.
I don't like him. I don't like him. I didn't like him from the moment I met him.
Well, you're not listening to me.
All right. So what is this boat thing? What is this asshole manipulating you into? Tell me.
I'm just helping him out with something. That's all. I owe him.
You owe him? He's a fucking cokehead, Charlie. I can't believe you hang around that guy. He's sick. He's going to get you killed or sent back to prison.
He saved my life, G.
So now you have to pay him with it? Jesus Christ, Charlie. You give me this whole song and dance about how you're out of this shit. But you're not.
Song and dance. What the fuck is that? What is that?
You're
Song and
not.
dance. Where did you get that? From what?
Why did you drag me into this?
Drag you into what?
Why did you make me believe all this crap about the Bahamas and paradise? I feel ridiculous because you haven't changed. You haven't changed a bit.
What the fuck are you trying to tell me? That my getting out is just some bullshit fantasy trip that I'm laying on you? Is that what you're saying? How can you say that, Gail? How can you say that when you know how close I am? How can you say these words to me? I gotta do this, okay? This is a thing. I gotta do it, and then I'm out. I owe Dave. I have to do it.
You don't owe him shit. You think you do, Charlie. That's the problem with you. Well, that's why nobody like you gets out no matter what they say.
You're not listening to me, Gail. I'm telling you, it's all this thing.
Because everything you've ever learned in the neighborhood, every instinct you've got won't do anything but get you killed.
What the fuck are you talking about? What? How do you know what I learned in my neighborhood? You're just this.
I
it's
know
stupid.
how this
What you
dream
just said is
ends,
stupid.
Charlie.
Oh my
And it
god.
isn't in paradise. It ends with me carrying you out of sudden emergency room at 3 o'clock in the morning and standing there crying like an idiot
Gil,
while your shoes are filled with blood and you die.
You're not listening to me.
Because you're bullshitting me.
Oh my god.
You're bullshit. All this talk is bullshit. And your dreams are bullshit. And you're
not listening to me. No.
Charlie.
Dave is my friend, Gail. I owe him. That's who I am. That's what I am. Right or wrong, I can't change
Charlie,
that.
whatever he wants you to do, don't do it. For me, Charlie, please. Don't do it, please.
Gail.
Just don't do it. That's the last time I wipe up your blood. Dude, that was a blast, man. They were both very fun roles to play.
Those were
Like,
fun.
you
Those
know,
were a lot of fun. I
you
like
know. Do you have any notes for yourself? The second time around, man.
that.
Notes for either.
Yeah.
I don't want to say notes for me, and but notes for both of us. The whole scene, our dynamic.
I would definitely play more of a douche. Like, because the fact that like I kept just thinking about like he just keeps saying you're not listening to me. Like that's what's making him pissed off. It's not what you're saying. It's the listening thing.
Yeah,
So I think there's
yeah.
like this level of just like egotistico macho.
Yeah,
that
like
I
you
would
gotta get
definitely
it in
want-
your head.
yeah.
Don't think
Yeah,
your own thoughts.
Exactly. It's like you're not fucking like that's what's pissing me off is you're not fucking listening to me.
Yeah.
Not what you're saying.
You know,
so that I
adopting
would
my
do.
my mindset about how things are supposed to go, or how how to interpret everything with Dave and my honor, gangster
Right,
honor, or
yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah, I honestly, I don't think I was listening to you in the scene enough either. Like, kind of.
Well, no, that was great because you like that's why I was getting.
I guess
mad.
yeah.
It
Well,
worked out-
it worked out in the end,
worked
I
out great.
guess.
Loved it.
I felt like I could have used a little more movement. That's a common thing I feel like I could bring to the scenes more. A common note I have for myself is not going around. Like when your hand was cut, I could have like gone into here and like looked for bandages or something,
Sure.
Instead of I didn't kind of move. It's just sort of here and there, and then maybe I wave my arms around a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, Charlie.
Sure.
But like,
Well, yeah, the natural. I mean, here's the thing. Depending on what the set is and what you're on, they don't want you to like. They'll tell you to move. The stage direction will tell you to move, but there is an organic, just habit that would happen. So like, yeah, you might.
yeah, I mean,
open
if
the
I'm
drawer, or
that
like that's why
riled
I
up,
even
man,
like
I can't even
grab
stay
this.
still. I'm
Right.
going. I'm just like, "Ugh." I'm just like upset, like trying to reorganize
Oh,
stuff
they
that doesn't need to be
definitely will not let
reorganized.
you do
like,
that on set.
yeah, well,
unless that's your character.
fair. But that's
DP
sort
will
of
hate you.
how I
yeah.
like bringing a little more movement and energy to the scenes. I felt like, frankly, you could have brought more energy. Come
Okay.
at more frustrated. If I don't get it, lose it. Maybe
Well,
not.
that's
Maybe.
that's where I was saying like I would have got more. I would have been more like egotistical macho because I definitely think
Yeah,
I'm getting mad at you, but like I was getting more frustrated than I was angry.
I think
and if I
that,
would have
yeah.
got more angry than frustrated, there would have been more heat.
When I was reading this, I would look at what your like last 3 words were, and then I'd like try to pick my lines.
That's how Evan does a cold.
That's
Okay.
so that meant I skipped a lot of the stage directions when I was reading because it wasn't your cue
that,
words.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't see a lot of the stage directions of like how I cut my hand. I thought I came in with a bloody hand from Dave's fish market. Like
No, yeah, you got very
Yeah,
angry and
so-
smashed something.
you were better about noticing the script than I was.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm learning. I'm the consumer. I'm used to my role as the dummy.
Love
Yeah.
it. I love acting so much.
This is great, man.
This
is
was
good.
fun.
Success. Just my head's bloody, so.
It's fine. Until next time.
Anything you want to shout out? Yeah, we have to do our sign off. So
Oh.
any shout outs, anything you want people to check out? Anyone you
Sadly,
want to
no. Not this week.
Who's that DP that you
Oh, I
mentioned?
mentioned him, Paul Moore.
Yeah, check out Paul
Yep.
Moore's work.
Paul Moore's
Great
work
guy.
is really, does a lot of cool shit. He's based out of Cleveland.
Hmm.
So, yeah, anything he does is
I have no shout-outs. Check this podcast out. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Do all that stuff that I
Please tell
never
your
say to do in the beginning. But yeah, this was the Actors Soiree.
The Actors Soiree.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's the last time I wipe up your blood.